Hi guys, what's up? It's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another what I eat in a week because you guys always seem to love these videos, and I also posted a silly TikTok recently that went viral about my dietary restrictions. I received a lot of comments of people who really understand and also have health conditions and have struggled with staying strictly vegan, or just people curious about how to go gluten-free, and so hopefully I am here to help. Honestly, work with a doctor and do what works for you intuitively. I've had to add eggs back in just so that my diet isn't as restrictive. I just hope this video can bring you some inspiration and support in the comments, and without further ado, we're just gonna get right on into it with the first day, which was Thursday. For breakfast, I had some overnight oats that I made with almond milk, chia seeds, and then I just sweetened it with a little bit of maple syrup and some warming spices, and I also had an oat milk chai latte. For lunch, I had one of my favorite salads, which I've posted a what I eat in a day on, so I'll link that video below for the recipe and the specific ingredients, but it's basically roasted sweet potato, avocado, crispy chickpeas, red onion, and then a mustard tahini sauce that is just so good. Then for snacks, I had some sea salt veggie straws and these sesame honey cashews from Trader Joe's. If you struggle with having crashes midday, I highly recommend having nuts as a snack, and this is one of my favorites. I feel like I just could eat the whole bag. Why are they so good? For dinner, I made a delicious roasted butternut squash pasta, and I'll leave the recipe details in the description box. It's pretty easy and just tastes like fall. You need a shallot, some garlic, some fresh sage, or honestly any herb if you have it, like rosemary would also be great. And then you just blend that with some veggie broth, your squash, plant-based milk, some nutritional yeast, of course, and pour it over your favorite pasta. I used the Trader Joe's gluten-free fusilli, and this was just so creamy and decadent. The next morning, I made a bagel sandwich for breakfast with an everything bagel, some avocado, red onion, and the Trader Joe's Italian bomba red pepper sauce. Topped it with a fried egg, and super easy and delicious. I would probably pay like $10 for that. I'm not gonna lie. Then, of course, I made another oat milk chai latte recipe on my TikTok, and because it's October, I had to make some pumpkin bread. This is the Trader Joe's gluten-free pumpkin bread mix. It's super easy. I always add chocolate chips, which was absolutely necessary in my opinion, and it came out great, super moist. I ate this throughout the whole week. For lunch, I had my salad leftovers, but just used a different dressing, which is something I do sometimes just to switch up your leftovers. And then for dinner, I made a pizza using a gluten-free Bonza pizza crust and the Trader Joe's cashew pesto. This is my favorite pesto. And I used the Trader Joe's mozzarella shreds as well. And then I topped it with my favorite kind of classic veggie pizza toppings that you would get at a Domino's or a pizzeria. So black olives, peppers, mushrooms, and I added sun-dried tomatoes. I love these pizza crusts. It's just nice to have something other than a cauliflower pizza crust every once in a while, you know? Saturday, I made a papaya or dragon fruit smoothie bowl with some mango, some plant-based milk, this one is from Lava, and some vanilla protein powder. I have been really liking adding that to smoothies. It just makes it so much more filling, and I loved that. I ate my leftover pizza. From what I can remember on this day, I didn't do anything. I probably had some snacks, but I didn't record it. I just could tell it was a lazy day, because for dinner I had my emergency gluten and dairy-free ravioli that I keep in the freezer. These are so good, but I save them for when I truly have no energy to make anything else. I highly recommend them. Sunday, I went to the farmer's market, and here's my cute little haul. I wish I started this video on Sunday, honestly, because all of this food is just so fresh. I always like to prep my berries right after I get them so that I'm more likely to eat them. So for breakfast, I had a vanilla yogurt with some fruit and granola. I actually really don't like yogurt, so this is kind of hard for me. I know it's really healthy and it's good for you and it has great probiotics, so I gave it a try and it honestly wasn't bad. I will do it again. As a snack, I had my farmer's market hummus and vegan cheese with rice cakes. Dipping in to those fresh dips on Sunday is like the highlight of my week. Then for lunch, I made these Feel Good Foods veggie pot stickers. If you're a fan of the Trader Joe's veggie pot stickers, but you have to be gluten-free, these are the absolute best alternative. And I sauteed some carrots and kale with garlic and sesame oil to serve with it. Then I made a little dipping sauce of tamari and chili onion crunch, and I could eat that for lunch every day. For dinner, I wanted to make a stir fry with my broccoli and carrots from the farmer's market. So I started it off with sesame oil and some red onion, and then just slowly added in the more hearty vegetables, a cube of frozen minced ginger, and some garlic, which are so handy to keep in the freezer. And for protein, I used about half of this container of barbecue tofu from Dave's Korean, which I also got at the farmer's market. And I forgot to take a clip of it in the bowl with brown rice, but here's a photo. I loved it. It was great. For dessert, I had some Van Leeuwen ice cream, which is so good, but the cookie dough bites are not gluten-free, so I won't be buying that again. Mondays are usually pretty busy for me, so I just made some oatmeal with fruit, and while I was out, I got a burrito from Takaya, and I feel like I finally nailed my perfect order, which is a fajita burrito with the adobo tofu and chipotle jack cheese. It wasn't gluten-free. I didn't think about that with the tortilla, but I had absolutely no regrets. For dinner, I took my stir-fry leftovers and turned it into a fried rice with a scrambled egg, and that was super easy. And for dessert, I had a slice of pumpkin bread, which I definitely had throughout the week. I feel like I just would nibble on it and like forget to film that. It was so good. For our final day, I made a little breakfast bowl with my leftover brown rice, some avocado, scrambled eggs, and some of my salsa from the farmer's market on the rice. This is basically a recreation of the healthy scramble plate from Zinc Cafe, one of my favorite restaurants for brunch. For lunch, I made a quesadilla with vegan cheese and a gluten-free mission tortilla and topped it with my farmer's market guac and salsa. And I also just like had some corn chips with the guac and the salsa. It's a must. So good. For dinner, I just wanted to make a really fresh pasta with a ton of vegetables. So I chopped up some broccoli, mushrooms, cherry tomatoes, and just sauteed those with some garlic in veggie broth actually, which kind of created its own sauce for the pasta as like all of the vegetables kind of release their juices. And this was so good. Topped it with some red pepper flakes and some cheese. And I also had some leftovers after this, which, you know, just continued to be delicious. That is everything that I ate in a week, and now to tell you guys about the sponsor of today's video, which is Squarespace. From websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is an all-in-one platform to create a beautiful online presence and run your business. I've been using Squarespace to run my website for years now, and I just love how easy they make it to customize their templates. They have thousands to choose from, so anytime you want to go through a redesign or a rebrand of your personal style, it's super easy to do that on your website, and you can even get custom domains. So I have lindseyrem.com, and they just made that process so much easier than I thought it was going to be. Creating websites can be super overwhelming, but Squarespace makes it so easy. They also have amazing blogging and commenting features, so you can actually create a community within your website that has a fully integrated commenting system that supports threaded comments, replies, and likes. And I love that you can categorize, draft, and schedule blog posts so that everything goes up on schedule and you can work ahead of time. It's exactly what I do on YouTube, and they just really get it. Squarespace also has powerful analytics tools, so you can gain insights to your site visitors, what they're doing when they visit your website, how they interact with your content. You can learn more about your page views, traffic sources, time on site, and audience geography, which is super helpful when it comes to creating content. If you're interested in creating a website, whether it's for you, your business, your friend, I highly recommend Squarespace. It is so easy to use. Head to squarespace.com/lindseyrem for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. The lighting in my kitchen has completely left. I will see you guys with some new content very soon. Okay? Bye guys.